Hey man, Diddy finally free. I don't know if you're happy. I'm not really too happy because the shit he was doing, nigga, he needs to be locked up for being a freaking leak. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, watch this.
Verdict down from the jury, handed now to the federal courthouse. And according to, I'm going to read off, I'm quoting MSNBC, okay? So count one, not guilty. That's on racketeering, conspiracy. Not guilty on one of the counts for trafficking. That's not guilty on count two. Guilty on count three. That is the transportation to engage in prostitution. That's count three. Count four, not guilty. That is the sex trafficking
by force, fraud, or coercion.
All right. And then guilty on transportation to engage in prostitution. So out of 5 charges, Sean Diddy Combs is guilty on 2 counts, count 3 and count 5. Guilty on transportation charges there to engage in prostitution, and then transportation to engage in prostitution once again. So 2 counts of guilty, 3 counts of not guilty. Yesterday, at the end of the day, the jury told the court, the judge, that they had reached a verdict on 4 out of the 5 charges. They were waiting to the top charge, the racketeering conspiracy charge. They were still undecided as of this morning.
The AP alert just came down.
Okay.
Sean Diddy Combs acquitted of sex trafficking and racketeering, convicted of prostitution offense.
All right, there you have it. There's a live picture right now outside of the federal courthouse in New York City.
Now look, y'all, I got a lot of mixed opinions on this Diddy situation. I'm just gonna get them out right now through this video, man. I hope y'all here with me because I'm rocking with you. So let's go ahead and get straight into the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, GuapBoyG, and Twitter, GuapBoyG. Let's go ahead and get straight into this because it's just crazy that this even happened. So, a couple years ago, Diddy was hit with a RICO, basically. They tried to hit him with the RICO conspiracy mafia shit. They tried to basically say Diddy was out here ordering hits, getting people gone, ruining careers, kidnapping women, making them do all types of things behind closed doors that they didn't want to do. That's what he was accused of, basically. Being like, I don't even know who to compare it to. They were trying to make him be a monster. Now, I'm not saying Diddy ain't weird and he ain't freaky, but they tried to paint him like he was just doing drugging people, kidnapping people, assaulting people, just whatever he wanted to do. Now, of course, he got charged and he got brought to MDC, New York, and he had to actually sit there for, I think it's around 2 to 3 years now, probably going on 3 years now. He's been sitting in prison. Everybody been slandering his name. Now, while they've been slandering his name, Cassie and a lot of other witnesses, which happened to be 50 Cent's baby mama, got up on stage, or not on stage, that sounds crazy, got up on the stand and started testifying on what they had to do to survive Mr. Combs, what the things they went through, and just giving up their phone records so people can go through the text messages as well.
A second day of graphic testimony from the prosecution's star witness, Cassie Ventura. The jury, for the first time, getting to see some of those sexually explicit photos from those so-called freak-offs. The images are being shielded from the public inside of the courtroom. The defendant, Sean Diddy Combs, was seen leaning across his lawyers to get a better look at those photos. One female juror let out a deep breath and rested her hand on her chest when looking at them. Ventura has testified that throughout their relationship, Combs forced her to participate in the freak-offs frequently and used the recordings as blackmail, saying, quote, "I feared for my career. I feared for my family. It's horrible. It's disgusting. No one should do that to anyone." The testimony today also focused heavily on the physical violence throughout their relationship. After the now infamous 2016 hotel surveillance video, Ventura says her friends called the police after seeing injuries on her body. Ventura said she spoke with them but did not say who hurt her. In 2018, Ventura says she went to dinner with Combs for what she thought was a closure conversation. He drove her home and, quote, "Then he raped me in my living room. I just remember crying and saying no, but it was very fast." At the time, Ventura was dating her now husband, who has been in the court supporting her.
Now, through these text messages, through these testimonies, through these actual people getting on the stand, we've come to see he's just a freak. That's the only thing you can really say he was doing besides paying for punani and bringing escorts across state lines. That's what you can say, but you can't, like, of course they got him on camera, you know, doing what he was doing. I'm sure he's gonna get charges for that, but at the end of the day, that's all they really focused on painting him like. And as a result of that, now he's not guilty of 2 of the 5 counts. and they dropped the attempting kidnapping and arson charge. So the reason that this happened is because they had to drop the attempting kidnapping and arson charge because they're trying to make the more serious charges stick. So it got to a point in time, like, their lawyers are doing a great job. Shout out to his lawyer. I believe that's the same lawyer that Thug had. I forgot his name right now. Brian Steele, I believe. Yes, sir. That's the guy right there. He works magic. He makes magic happen. His retainer has to be about $1 trillion right now. But they had to drop those charges because the defense was making very good points and solid arguments in court, and as a result of that, they had to drop some counts so more serious counts could stick, so they could try to get him on something. They tried to pin him to the wall, and he was facing life in federal prison. And you want to know what the accounts was? Let's read off the accounts right now. Count 1 was racketeering conspiracy. Count 2 is sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Count 3 was transportation to engage in prostitution. Count 4 is sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Count 5 was transportation to engage in P again. Now, he got charged with 2 of those 5. I'm gonna let you sit here for a second and guess what he got charged on for the 2. Let's sit here and just play the guessing game. What do you think he got charged on? Oh, the game's over. Let's see. He got charged guilty with count 3 and count 5, which is both transportation to engage in P. Now, the thing about this is the only reason that stuck is because they focused on making him look like some type of sexual deviant. We understand Diddy's a sexual deviant. If you look at his music, you look at what he does, you look at his interviews, the things he's been saying, he is known for being a freak-a-leak. We all know this. Most of these celebrity niggas is freak-a-leaks. Why you think there's so many girls that don't work? You think it's just because it's because niggas is, you know, marrying them and wifing them and shit, but most of the time it's because these rich niggas is slutting they ass out, making them look like worse than an escort, and they getting paid on the side. That's what basically happened with Cassie and them, because they was treating them bad, and the text message didn't make it look any better. You got text messages coming out, basically Cassie begging for attention. Cassie in the messages saying, I love you, I miss you, I can't wait to spend more time with you. And Diddy hit her with the okay, and is basically only texting her when he wants to do something or she wants to do something sexual. That's what I'm seeing through these text messages. Now, I'm not saying Cassie can't still be a victim with that, but it makes the case harder to go in your favor when those text messages are out there. Now, if you were never texting him or you was, it's different, but it seems it paints a picture that you were willing to do these things. Even with 50 Cent baby mama, you out here doing all this shit, and then you doing freak offs with Diddy, then you complain that you can't pay your rent because you with Diddy all the time. Sorry, I had to answer that, you know, the concierge at the front desk needed my attention, but basically you got here just doing everything with Diddy. You can't pay your rent, now Diddy paying your rent. Now you kind of not obligated to do these things, but you kind of feel like you got to because you've been living this lavish life, going on vacations. All you got to do is, and these girls probably want to do that anyway. So it's like the only thing that could really stick him on because of how you painted the picture was paying for P and transporting across state lines. But outside of that, like, there's texts of Cassie saying she wants this guy, that guy, she prefers this one. It doesn't look good in court either. When Cassie just took a $20 million deal just on the side before she even came out with this, it doesn't really look too good. So they didn't really do their job as a prosecution. That's what I'll say. The prosecution fumbled the bag. I still believe that Cassie is a victim. I just believe the narrative that they tried to paint kind of went against what Cassie was trying to paint. And it was just like, it didn't really, you know, it was easy to break apart, easy to see through. Now, as a result of this, he can still get some time. He can still get 3 years, 5 years, time served, anywhere in between. He can be out tomorrow in a halfway house if they really wanted him to. So it really just depends on what the jury is going to come to on the sentencing. I think that's not even up to the jury. I think it's up to the judge now. The jury does the verdict, judge does the sentencing. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes because the jury already left in the van. They're gone. So I believe that he's probably going to get around maybe a couple extra years overtime served. But even then, they're probably going to let him out in the halfway house and put him on parole. That's what I'm thinking, just because of his lawyers and how the power is coming behind him. And if that does happen, or whenever he does get free though, the monster is back. The demon is home. All these people that turned their back on Diddy, all these people that tried to act like they ain't need Diddy, all these people that tried to slander Diddy, you think Diddy forgot? I don't think Diddy forgot. I think Diddy knows. And let me tell you something, the North is coming. Diddy is coming to lay the eggs and roast the chickens. He's coming to whoop that ass. And I ain't gonna lie, he's probably gonna be on some power shit, controlling who gets where someone's invited to, who has access to what, who's getting what deal, who's getting what movie roles, because he still got that type of power in the community. So it ain't no telling. He might go on a Kanye West tour. You never know, bro. So just be careful if you went against Diddy, because if you say anything about Diddy and you got a platform, he might be coming for your platform too. So hey, I'm gonna say the report, let y'all know what's going on. But if you like the content, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and also follow me on Instagram, WildBoyG, on Twitter, WildBoyG. I'll be back with another video for sure. Ski double O, Ski Foski.